Hey guys, welcome back to the Indie Game Playlist. This week we got a whole list for you to check out. We got 7 new games for you to add to your playlist for this week. So stick around because we're getting going right now. Now if you're new to the playlist, the concept here is I've been scouring the internet this past week looking for the best indie games for you to check out, and I've compiled them right here. Of all the games that I've taken a look at, these are the ones that I think you should check out this week. And if this is something you're interested in or want to see more of, be sure to hit that subscribe button and like button to let me know what you're thinking. Now, let's take a look at the games. Now, the first game we're taking a look at is Bay. I don't know, it's a language that I don't speak, so I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, so sorry about that. But it's this fun game about you playing as a roller skating chick that's just going around beating up people after some event happened. You have to check out the game to see exactly what happened, but you're shifting through different realms and realities, fighting off these cool looking enemies and bosses, all while skating your way to victory. So far in this game, it took me about 20 minutes to get where I am currently, which is just a fraction of it. There's about probably an hour of gameplay to check out here. So I highly recommend you check this one out. It's free, it's on itch.io, and it's a ton of fun. It's got a weird comic booky feel that I really enjoy when games take that look, so definitely worth your time. The next game we're taking a look at is called TideTale. This is an ocean coast themed Metroidvania game where you play as this little guy running around exploring the map and fighting off enemies as you encounter them, trying to progress through the map. This one's actually rather difficult. It's along the same style as games like Graveyard of Dreams, where it doesn't really tell you where to go, it doesn't tell you how to do things. You have to explore the map to figure out what's going on, and I am starting to gain an appreciation for games like those, because now that I understand what's going on, it's a lot easier. But it's a really fun environment to explore. The backgrounds and the level design is super cool. All of the graphics look fantastic, and it's just a beautiful map to explore. The boss fight could use a little work, but I think that'll be taken care of later. If you want to see what I'm talking about, be sure to stick around and subscribe to see the adventure coming out later this week, as well as the adventure coming out for a couple other games, so stay tuned for that. Alright, and the next in a list of fast-paced shooters that we've been encountering on this channel is Time Killer. You have to get from start to finish, all while getting through these bad guys and navigating the terrain in a limited amount of time. Now you keep going until you lose, which is awesome. The game is super fun and fast-paced, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. You unlock abilities as you complete more levels, making yourself stronger and stronger as time goes on. And initially, I didn't find the game too difficult, but then when you add in the challenge of you have to kill every enemy on the map, it actually is pretty difficult to complete the game. Normally, you can just run by the enemies, but having to kill all of them made it like its own little challenge. And I'm looking forward to when the developer adds some kind of like high scores or leaderboards or something. I think it'll be a really fun speedrunning game for you speedrunners out there. Alright, and game number 4 we got on the playlist really took me by surprise. This is called Echostasis, and I started playing it for an adventure later this week, and I wasn't super impressed with the first like 8 to 10 minutes of the game. Just basically the first level. I got stuck and had to look up how to figure out my way through it. But then when you get past that in an introductory level, I can speak, I swear I can. It really gets interesting. It throws this whole mystery and this kind of ethical thing in there that's kind of fun to play through, as well as an interesting dynamic of playing through a level. You have to find shortcuts because you only have a limited number of time, so you get through it, you have to fail, and there's a cool mechanic where you have to start something, without all the information. And you don't realize you don't have all the information until it's too late and you have to backtrack and like, oh, okay, now that I've learned this, that I can't do it, I come back, ask you, figure it out, and now I can progress through the game. And I just think it's really cool to have players double back on stuff like that and not necessarily giving them all the information they need on the first go. So I think it's really well done. It's super cool. It looks like a horror game. It's not. It's not a horror game for you guys that are staying away from horror, but it does have like those scary atmospheric moments. It doesn't have any like jump scares or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. Alright, game number 5 is called Skyfleet. This one's actually on Steam, and it's supposed to be a co-op. I played it on my own, and it was really difficult, so I can see why they wanted you to play co-op. You're basically building up a base in a real-time strategy to defend the islands around you and consume the resources, and eventually you have to shove the other, in this case AI, off of the island. But as time progresses, enemies get stronger, new waves of enemies come in, and you need to secure your area. This game gets really hard really fast. But the graphics are really good, the difference in the buildings is super cool, and the resource management is pretty fun. Like I said, it's pretty hard to play on your own, but you can definitely do it. But this might be a game to grab some friends and enjoy this one with. I'm definitely planning on playing this with a few friends, getting an adventure out on this one later this week. So remember to subscribe if you want to see more of that. Game number 6 this week is another foreign language game that I don't really know. Tacape, I think is how it's pronounced. It's a card fighting game. It's designed for Android, so that's where I played it here, and it's pretty fun. I like the concept that they have in this game of there's like different rows, there's a front line and a back line, and different cards do different things to different lines. And I think that's a really cool idea, a way to manipulate the battlefield a little bit, because a lot of times like card games like this can feel kind of static, where it's just, okay, I'm just playing cards, I'm not really doing a whole lot. And yeah, there's some utility cards, but it doesn't do a whole lot. In this one, you got your dynamic of enemies are trying to move around as well. So like some enemies prefer to be in the back line, so if you pull them into the front line with some of your cards, they'll try and jump back. So this battlefield is actually changing pretty dynamically, and I think that's a really cool idea. I also like the room progression idea. We've seen it in the Labyrinth before, where you go through a room and then you pick which next room you want to go. You don't really know much about it, but you can kind of see what it is. So that's kind of a cool idea. I'd like to see a little bit more variety in which rooms you can go to next. So like sometimes you can like avoid a combat by going to a shop or like adding utility rooms. I would like to see that added on later, but overall this is a fun game to just kind of pick up, play a few levels on your phone while you're waiting for something, then put it down and come back to later the next time you need a couple minutes of entertainment. So very well done by the developers here. There are English subtitles, so you're not going to be completely out of your element, and obviously the cards are in English, so there you go. You can still play it. Now that we're a little ways through this video, be sure to let me know in the comments what's your favorite game of this week and why you liked it, or let me know some of your thoughts of the other games that are in this list. I'd like to hear your thoughts, and then other people can see what you're thinking, as well as the devs that watch this can see your thoughts. And be sure to check out their games. All the links to all these games are in the description below, so you can check them out. And again, they are available for free. And the final game for this week is called Definitely Sneaky, but Not Sneaky. It's a game where you play as a thief trying to get this yellow cube out, but you got to get rid of the enemies in your way, and you got to sneak around. And this is another game where like the initial levels, I was probably about to turn it off because like, this is too easy. I was hoping for something challenging, and then it starts getting challenging. Just kind of around when you get to that point of this is too easy, then it starts to get hard, which is you really got to feather that line when you're developing a game. You don't want them to turn it off, but you don't want to scare them away by it being too hard. So it's kind of a weird line to feather in there. But I had a lot of fun playing through this game. I'm still kind of progressing through it because in all honesty, I'm not very good at it, but it's definitely a fun game to play. It's simple. It's kind of relaxing to play, honestly. It's challenging, but you're not going to be stressing out over getting through a level. And the levels are so short that you can kind of pick it up, again, play a couple levels, put it down, come back, pick it up, play a few levels, put it down. So I think it would be a great mobile game in that respect. So looking forward to seeing more development from this one as it's just coming out. So check it out. But alright, that is our playlist this week. Let me know what you thought was your favorite game, and be sure to hit that subscribe button to check out future content as it comes out this week, because I will be releasing 5 gameplays this week of different games in this playlist. So if you want to see more, check it out and let me know which ones you want to see more of. Also, I have a Discord. Check it out in the description. But that's all I got. So thanks for hanging out, guys, and I will see you for next week's playlist.